Okay. AQ40
Can you
Monday.
show your internet story, please?
Oh, sure. The okay. AQ40 Monday. It's gonna definitely be a step up from BWL and MC from what we've already ran. AQ20, ZG, etc. It's definitely going to be a lot more intense. A lot more healing input is going to be needed. So make sure you guys lock the fuck in for it. When we step in, there's protection potions that need to be popped. Usually arcane is number one priority. Then melee is usually nature. Casters, you guys are usually popping a shadow. And then after that, it's pretty much nothing really matters after that because we're not going to hoo hoo, or well, we're not going past hoo hoo or like twin amps, etc. Either of those. So those require a greater frost protection potion. Um, I suggest bringing 10 to 15 EPRs. Make sure your macros. Make sure if you're a caster, you have your EPR macroed into some of your abilities. Usually, like AE is usually what you're going to be pressing on those packs prior to Huhuron. Um, for Viscidus, you need it on rank 1 Frostbolt or your wand macro. I don't really know how that works. I'm assuming you guys just wand and then just spam the shit out of your EPR. Like, you guys don't really macro it in because it, like,
Yeah,
constantly resets your fucking wand. So,
it's not a different button
yeah.
for Warlock.
So, you guys just literally press wand once and just so I can sit there and slam your EPRs. Warriors, melee classes, you guys have to have it macroed into your macro. So slash use elixir of poison resistance in your bloodthirst in your heroic strike, and for Viscidus it needs to be in hamstring. Those are the most important ones. Sinister strike for rogues, or backs. Well, you guys don't really get to backstab during any of that, so it's usually sinister strike. Um, when we begin, it's gonna just be the Eradicator. First Eradicator. Never let that man hit 100% mana. We've done the trash farm. He's very simple. Dies, almost falls over immediately. Not a big deal. Warlocks, you guys just drain mana after you put up your Rex. Pulling Hunter puts up Viper Sting, and usually you're fine. Usually we try to time the exact pull timing here to get him with an unboon, and then we're instantly going into the Guardians. The Sentinels. Each one of my mages, you guys need to be on your shit. You should predeterminedly have one mage on Skull, one on X, one on Square, one on Moon. You first GCD needs to be detect magic, and we like there is weak auras, and I don't know if DBM does it or which ones all do it, but there's a weak aura that shows you what their skills are, like what their abilities are. These Sentinels each have a single ability. It's pretty much an AQ20 dog, but all the abilities are spread out. There's no meteor on these guys, so that's not a big deal. There's Shadow Bolt Volley, so anybody outside of melee range takes extra damage. There's Thunderclap. Thunderclap it hurts, does a lot of damage. Then there's Mending, then there's Knockback, and then there's Mortal Strike. There's definitely another one. And there's Thorns. So the way these dogs work, you kill one dog, every other dog gets that exact same gets that ability from the other dog. So say we have Thunderclap, Mending, Knock Away, Mortal Strike. You kill more, like Mending would be first one dead. I will make that calm. AoEing here is pretty much useless because they insta healed back up to full anyway. Like, I don't mind you AoEing for fucking parse or whatever, but if you're a tank and you have Thunderclap dog, it needs to be pulled out. You need to get it out of the raid. If you have a Thorns dog, you need to move it out of the raid. Those are the two most deadly dogs. Other than that, they're all very simple. If it's Shadow Storm, range, you guys need to move in. You guys need to stack with the melee. If we kill them in the wrong order, it is very bad. If you kill Thunderclap first and all three dogs have Thunderclap, most likely somebody's going to die. So as you can see here, I think this is DBM, or I'm pretty sure it's DBM, but when he clicks on a mob, it shows you what they were. So it was Mana Burn, Shadow, Frost, Reflect, Knock Away. So casters, be careful. They do reflex. I forgot about that one, but pretty simple otherwise. Need to make sure we have a first GCD detect magic on these mobs. And then we move in, and there's
doesn't know what that or something. I would definitely love to know that.
what?
Whatever that seems more extensive than whatever I have. I have like if I hit detect magic, it'll pop up at the top what which one of them like has, but it's not.
Big wigs, but I'm not.
Or is it big wigs? It was either big wigs or DBM. I wasn't sure which one. Then there's an eradicator here that pats here, and then there's an eradicator that goes up these steps and around the backside of Scarum, and then back down the steps. You have to pull him right here in front of the pack. Now, most of the time I'll sit and wait for the eradicator. We were getting to the point where we would just fucking pull the sentinels and kill the eradicator while we were killing the sentinels, but that's kind of a thing of the past for now. But eventually we'll be moving back into that. But for now, we'll probably be waiting and going from there, because it really sucks wasting your 1 hours sitting for a fucking eradicator. On this upcoming pack, every rogue needs to be popping Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry on Scarum, if you get MC'd, does a fucking insane amount of damage. Because when you get MC'd, you're doing 2x damage, and then with Blade Flurry, it does 2x damage to the first person, and then 4x damage to the next person. So it doubles it on top of another, so you'll pretty much one-shot anybody that you attack if you have Blade Flurry up. Warriors, you guys also need to be doing AoE Fears here. It is very important. For the most part, for upcoming Scarum, there will be 2 tanks on this middle platform, 2 tanks on this left platform, 2 tanks on this right platform. Each one of my hunters is assigned to a platform. You guys are unequipping your weapons, popping a greater stone shield, and standing directly underneath Scarum. Normally, Scarum will always MC the person underneath him, the closest in proximity. So that is what we are hopeful for, is that the hunters just get hit by the MC. They're not doing a ton of damage because they're disarmed. And mages, you guys are sheeping for where you guys want to stand. We used to have people stand in the middle column, but it was super aids for people with camera models and not being able to heal people. So pretty much, if you guys split up, some people just go to this right platform up here. Some of you guys go to this left platform up here. Like up on the, you can go up the steps and then jump up on the ledge here. That's like the best spot to go. As you can see, I had Thunderclap. I pulled it off to the side. We killed them in order, with Thunderclap being last. We had Mending, Mortal Strike, Knock Away, and then Thunderclap. So
Also, just to be clear with the healing assigned on Scarum too, like he said, you're not going to the middle. I'll have people assigned to like the middle 2 tanks to heal the middle 2 tanks, but then they'll say, so do you want me to run to the middle? And I'm like, no, just go
like
to the left or the right.
I don't give a shit if you stand right here on the staircase as a healer, like wherever you are comfortable. But if you're on a left tank healer, you should be on the left side of like Scarum. Like not, you shouldn't be over here trying to heal the guy over here. That's fucking like what are we doing? But from what I know for Scarum, I have Trick and Mirlin. You guys are going to be on the left platform up here with Pip. Me and Cup are going to be in the center platform with Ellie. And then Lonely and Youth are going to be on the right platform with Teach. So we go in. He splits every 33%. It's random where he ends up. Normally, the boss will run back to me after he teleports. I will have him marked, usually with a moon or a square or whatever I mark it with. But he will always stay marked, so you know which one is the actual Scarum. He splits into 3 total, so 1 real and 2 images. Rogues, there should be a rogue at each section. For the most part, I don't need a rogue in the middle, because usually all the warriors are sitting there with their thumbs up their asses anyway, zugging. So I should have pummels in the middle, but usually the side panels are where it gets a little iffy on if there's actually people there to pummel. It is super important that Scarum and his ads get interrupted when they're doing an arcane explosion. I believe you can put on Curse of Tongues as well to help with timing. Rogues, you can also put on the Mind Numbing Poison for longer cast times, so it gives us more leeway on being able to kick the arcane explosions. The only way to wipe on this boss is if we don't kick. So it is very important that we are kicking the arcane explosions. Mages using counter spells, anything of that nature. As you can see, big ass turtle. He gets sheeped almost instantly. It is very important. Hodging is very good as well for getting, like, controlling the ads. There's also macros with sleeping dust that you can get to instantly sheep. Instantly, you can just press it, and it'll, if there's somebody next to you, it'll instantly sleeping sand them. This is a 0 AoE fight because we do not want to hit our teammates when they get MC'd, anything of that nature. So, and then we move into the next packs. For all these packs, I'm going to be on Skull, Trick's going to be on X, Lonely's going to be on Square, Maryland on Moon, Cup on Triangle, and then Diamond will be Youth. Previously, my last in Risk, we did it completely different than how we're going to be doing it this upcoming for future, because we're not as geared as we once were. So we have to do it more of an execution style instead of just zugging and hoping our HP pools don't hit 0. These Mind Slayers, they do a mind control. It's not nearly as scary as the other one. We do not get 200% damage increase like Scarum does. Warlocks need to be putting Curse of Wreck on those that get sheeped, on those that get mind controlled. Mages, there is 0 decursing that should ever happen in AQ40.
Do we is rank 1 Curse of Wreck them, or do we put
Rank 1's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Preferably rank 1. So the Curse of Wreck provides us a free and 2-minute long Fear Ward for the upcoming boss,
Right.
which is Bug Trio. If you're on X, Trick, you're pulling it. Actually, I'm going to have X get pulled right here, right where we walked in the door. And then Square is going to get pulled down the hallway. So the mechanic of the Guardian, if they're in line of sight of each other, once they hit, I believe it's like 20% HP. It's not when they die, it's actually before then. It's like 10 or 15% HP that they will charge and knock back. I believe it's like 9 or 12 people, and they absolutely send you fucking flying. Like, it's like getting hit with a Mack truck. See, as you can see, X was still in range of Square, of LOS. So when we killed Square, X charged it, and it's like a delayed, and you get launched into the fucking ceiling. In here, it's not a big deal, but it's very good practice to not zug them before they're out of LOS. So what I want is I want X to be taken right here where we walk in the pool, right at this staircase, and then Square should be getting pulled down into the hallway where we're moving anyway. So
Gotcha.
that is the plan. I believe that's it. I think there's only like 3 there. It's just the one Mind Slayer, and then like any of my off tanks, just be ready to pick up one of the Mind Slayers if I get insta MC'd, which happens very often. So then we move in. There's packs of 6 Guardians. It's 5 or 6 Guardians. And then there's packs of 3 Warriors, which I believe we get right away, usually, depending on the pat timings. But do not stand over here. You will pull the pack that's down here in the hole. It is very large range, very long aggro range. For the Warriors, it will be me on Skull, Trick on X, Square on Lonely. These are the 3 warriors. These guys need to be split up. We will be killing them one at a time. Do not rip threat on these guys before they explode. It is important that when they explode, the tank is top of the threat table. If you're a tank, you need to be taunting right before they die. Now, you need to have a shield on, and as soon as they die, you want to throw down a target dummy. That is the best way of mitigation, and then immediately demo. That is your like best case scenario. You could throw a shield block on, like whatever. I don't really care. But the time this okay, we're blowing all 3 of them up at the same time, but that's not what we're gonna be doing. So it's like a good example, but as long as threat is fine here, nobody should die. As you can see, one of our tanks, one explodes, it chunks him down to half HP instantly. They definitely hurt. There's a lot of little elite bugs there.
Pretty sure that's me.
Yeah, calling for
Whoever was
bops,
hating on Holy Nova right there,
mages.
look at that parse.
Look at those numbers, bro.
The
My goodness.
Now these, we're not going to be doing it like this. There are 3 guardians here, and then 1 mind slayer. Keep X down here. Square and Moon need to be pulled up back up here over this ledge. We're gonna be LOSing these. This is good practice for the other ones. I need my tanks to be on your shit when one dies. I need you to be moving. I do not want to have to call your name or your mark to move it. Just go right down the list. It always goes skull, X, square, moon, triangle, like diamond. Like it's always in that order. However I say the order, when I'm giving out names of like who's tanking what, I always say I always start with skull and I always end with diamond. It's always in that order. That's the order I want to kill him. I don't really care about it doesn't matter. I just want to be going quick, but I don't want to have to be making seamless comms. Now, when we get to the big packs, what I want to do is I want to just have 2 tanks, me being one of them, probably Trick being the other one. We just walk in, I have Skull, so we kill Skull first. Then, as soon as Skull's dying, you need to be moving X, and I'm gonna go back to the other tanks, pick up the next one, and then me and him are just pulling them away so that we don't have to make the comms to the other tanks. Is kind of where I'm wanting to go. We can kill this just as fast, almost, as stacking them all together, as long as the tanks don't have to communicate, because you lose, I don't know, half a second each time you have to make a comm instead of just doing it automatically. Now, we will be going back to this eventually, but you have to be backpedaling into this wall, and it puts a stacking bleed on people, and there's a lot of damage going on. But then the next pulls, there's 2 Mind Slayers and 3 Guardians. Skull and X will be kept right in here. We will have then Blurry and any of my off tanks. You guys just be ready to pick up. They don't hit very hard, the Mind Slayers in here. The Mind Slayers, you just pick them up, just tank them where they are. There's 2, and then there's 3 Guardians. Usually I just keep Square in, and then Moon and Triangle are getting pulled out all the way around this back left corner. As you can see, Moon and Triangle are getting pulled all the way back. We cannot kill this Guardian until this Guardian is out of LOS, or else you can get launched. If you start killing Square and get it way low, and he charges over here and launches everybody into the fucking Bug Trio room, and we aggro Bug Trio, it is probably a Petri out. I'm going to be honest. So it is very important to follow directions and not just Zug. Right here, X's are, these 3 are dead over here. I need my next tank already moving. You guys got to be moving. I don't want to have to call your name.
Killing a assembly line.
Correct. Moon gets taken over here. you shouldn't be staring at your ass cheeks in the corner. Like you gotta have your vision to look in this hallway to see when they're dead. Like, and don't cheese this. Don't come in early. Don't be that guy. Don't be that warrior. I don't give a shit about your uptime here. It's about safety at the end of the day. So, and then there's like 2 more pulls of these, of the exact same pulls each time, where there's 2 and then there's 3 guardians. Be the same thing on all 3 of them. Pretty self-explanatory. If you're a priest, if you're a dwarf priest, you need to be rolling out fear wards as soon as we kill Bug Trio. Well, not Bug Trio, Scarum. You guys got to get them rolling constantly. It is very important, especially even on your fellow healers. It is very important. Now, for Bug Trio, I'm going to be on Skull, Trick's going to be on X, and Square is going to be Vem, which is going to be Lonely and Cup. Cuck Chair is going to be Mirlin. So you guys, Mirlin's going to be sitting with the with the range stack, just waiting, because Vem randomly charges people all the time and sends you flying, so be ready to lip. Yauj does an AoE fear. That AoE fear is always a 100% threat drop, so make sure Trick has a fear ward at all times. Be ready to pick him up, Miralyn, like anybody, as you can see what happens when they get launched, because people can't keep their dick in their pants. You have to waste your lip. You have to waste a snowball. You have to do any of those things to make sure you don't die. Definitely lip if you have to, but ideally you don't have to. Healers, you guys need to have on your PvP trinket for this upcoming fight for that AoE fear. If you get hit by it and you can't heal anybody, we're going to die. So make sure you have it on. You should already have a fear ward on. As you can see, Jay has one. Almost half the raid already has one. If they have a Cursor Wreck on, they don't need one. They don't need a fear ward. Cursor Wreck takes care of that. So that's the beauty of getting the Cursor Wrecks on the mobs.
Pally's trying to keep your bubble available for this too, for that fear.
Yeah.
Well.
Now, a lot of times we'll tank them pretty much right where they are. We want to keep them separated. Vem's a fucking asshole. to be completely honest with you, he's an asshole. He's constantly charging. He's constantly threat dropping. You need to have your EPR macros. This is EPRable. This is a lot of raid damage that just gets completely nullified if you EPR. So there's no reason not to be. When Skull dies, he drops a poison cloud. This poison cloud hits like a fucking truck. I will... Mango knows.
I was looking at the logs yesterday, and I saw like 12 healers completely ignore me. I died in like 8 seconds, and all ignore me. So it's not my fault. Healer's fault.
Now, it persists for the entire fight and even after. So you want to stay decently away from it. The thing that can kill you here after Skull dies is getting AoE feared into that poison cloud. If you're gonna die, fucking Petri. 80 gold isn't worth your character. Well, 80 gold is worth your character, sorry. Normally, Square is always just fucking charging around and being an asshole.
True.
By the end of it, when X dies, he drops like a bunch of little skitters. Everybody just sappers, they fucking die. Not a big deal. Whoever's on X, you can lip taunt, you can AoE taunt if you'd like to after they die. After it dies, that's completely fine. Whatever you'd like to do, but the sapper is the most important part from everybody. I see Merisma usually taunts it, so it's probably for the best to lip AoE taunt right after it dies. Keep everybody safe so nobody just gets insta-clapped. And then on Vem, when Vem's last, just taunt rotation. Absolutely no reason not to. Doesn't hit very hard. Just taunt rotation around and dead. Good to go. Then we move on. We go back up to where we were. Now we have pulls of 6 Guardians. These get pulled all the way back. We are not going to be pulling this where we do here. So what we're going to be doing for our clear is we're going to be stopping right here. All the melee are going to be standing right here, right behind on this side of the corner. My tanks are going to be on this side of the corner, and we're going to be bringing them around the corner to the melee one by one. We kill them when they come around the corner, and they're out of LOS of the other mobs. Very simple. If you're an off tank, these need to have 5 sunders on them when they come around the corner. That is your job during this. Eventually, we'll stack these guys and do cool shit and kill them in fucking 2 seconds. But for now, we're not going to be doing that. Then there's also a pack of 3 warriors in here yet. So there's 1 pack of warriors, and then there's like 3 or 4 packs of guardians that are all 6 spawns. Once we clear this pack, we move to this pillar. So tanks stay on this side of the pillar, and then all the DPS are on this side of the pillar, and you just bring them around the corner. But for now, this isn't how we do it here. But when we do get to that point, you have to be backpedaling into this wall. Healers, there should be a healer or 2 over here in the middle in case somebody gets launched over to the other side. It's happened before. People have almost died to it. It's not fun, as you can see. It definitely gets super chaotic, and you can see how much healing it takes to keep everybody alive. I believe we're running 11 or 12 healers in most of these. So then these will get pulled back. Tanks will stand here on this side. DPS will be on this side. Very simple. Don't zug them before they make it around the corner. That's the most important thing. Other than that, the packs are super easy. But having to waste your lip and everything is not ideal. So ideally, we keep it clean. Nobody has to use it for fall damage or anything of that nature. And here comes the warriors. It's a pain in the ass. W bop. Pretty easy. And then the borers, save your sappers, do whatever you'd like. We just blow them up all at once now, but if you're a tank and you have multiple aggro, just be ready to last stand or anything of that nature when they're about to pop, because purpose is lost. Thunder Fury tank because they had aggro on 2 of them and they popped at the same time. So you're not immune to it. Keep that in mind. And then now this pack, we won't pull it back. We'll keep it right where it is. What we'll do is we'll have the tanks on this side. Healers, you guys just kind of stand in the middle here so you can heal both sides. And then tanks, you're bringing it over to the other side one at a time. Just around the corner, kill them here, no big deal. Then we'll pull the next pack. There's another pack all the way down here to the left. We'll pull them back, do the same thing here. And then we'll run around the left side and go. We'll keep the warriors on the right side, the guardians on the right side, and then we'll pull them to the left side, and we'll be going into Sartura. Now, Sartura is our wreck boss. It is also... So, when we walk into Sartura, you need to be Death Wished. Death Wish is your first GCD here. As we're walking in, it is very important that we are absolutely destroying the ads. It is very annoying if they don't die fast. After you Death Wish, you probably should wreck. I don't know the fucking timing of it all. Mean usually takes care of that. I'm just a tank. So, if you have any questions on that, you might want to ask him. But, Paladins, you will be walking in with the melee. It's very specific. So, for Sartura, it's going to be... Sienga's going to be on Skull, Lonely's on X, Mirlin's on Square, and then me and Youth are going to be on Sartura. And then Holy Fat's going to be on Skull, Holly Molly's on X, Hib's going to be on Square, Tim, you're going to be on Moon, which is Sartura, and then followed by the Hajj is going to be Rogues. If you are the IEA Rogue, which is Taz, I don't give a fuck about IEA on the boss. This is the one boss that I need to make sure the ads are locked down with. As soon as after the Hajj ends, what I know, it's a vanish into a cheap shot into a as high of a rank kidney you can get. So there should be no charging, no intercepting. The only time I will allow intercepting is if you get knocked back early. You all have to charge the same fucking one. And if it's the same one, it's fine. As long as it's skull. Like the lowest HP one is the one you intercept back into. Otherwise, you're just griefing. Because it ruins the fucking stun CD and it's a pain in the ass. Now, when we walk in, we Haj, not instantly. Give it like a second to allow them to group really well. And then Moon's getting taken out of the stack. Everybody should be sappering immediately or throwing dynamite, whatever you want. We need to be doing maximum damage to these ads because they do a nasty knockback and it's super fucking annoying. And then we want to be killing Sartura as fast as possible as well. Save your potion CD for lip. Do not use it for anything else. It is very important. If you walk in, these are all stunned very well with the Hajes. We will not have a backup Haj like we used to. So if it resists, Rogue just has to go in instantly with kidney into, well, not, it's a fucking cheap shot into a kidney. And then Moon gets taken out with the 2 tanks. As you can see, the knockback is very annoying. Wasn't killed fast enough. Sartura does spinning. It's super annoying. She's constantly threat dropping while she's spinning. It's a taunt rotation between the tanks. As soon as your ad dies, tanks, you need to get on Sartura and be ready to taunt. It's super important that Sartura stays where she is, away from the range stack, because she hits like a fucking truck. Tanks, we will be stone shielding. So if you're an ad tank, you don't have to stone shield. But if you're going to tank and rage of Sartura and stay in, if she's spinning, you might want to. Or you can lip for the parse. I don't really care. Do whichever you prefer. But don't waste your potion CD on anything else, especially DPS. You guys need to save it for lip. If she's charging at you in the caster group, which is going to happen, most likely, it happens very often. She resists a lot of taunts. Target dummies are BIS. Don't drop it in the fucking raid group, though. Drop it away from you in front of the rest of the raid. So if you're Ilya, you need to be dropping it as far as you can forward towards Sartura. Don't drop it fucking behind you or some stupid shit. Drop it because she's fully tauntable. They're great. Target dummies are amazing for it. Tanks, don't be afraid to use them. We need to be using taunt, AoE taunt, and mocking blow. She's that much of an asshole. I will usually be calling a timing for the Haj on Sartura. We try to Haj her before she spins and before she's in enrage phase. So she enrages at 30%, I believe. Usually I call for it, and I'm always fucking late for whatever reason. But I'm hopefully going to get it right this time. It's a Haj into a max rank kidney. I have Trawl on the max rank kidney. Now, if this boss is low and she's enraged, I fucked up. I didn't call it right. But during enrage, you can see how much she fucking hits like a truck. If she's low and she's enraged and she's spinning, you better fucking lip kill. Don't be a bitch, all right? Even if I don't call for it, okay? I want to see the parse. But you better be lipping. Because she fucking hits like a truck when she's enraged. Especially leather boys. Keep that in mind. Definitely have to lip if you're staying in. At the end of each boss, you should also be looting the boss for the Karaji insignia. Because it gives you rep with Sonarian Circle and Broodlord for your rings and or 2.5 gear. Now, after Sartura, we move into the Gauntlet. Stay with Star. Kill shit as you run through. Not a big deal. Super easy. This is fucking way easier than Suppression Room. It's fucking, you just run through it. It's kind of whatever. Now, when we get through, if you're a hunter, there are roaches in here. You can see one right there. I know it's really shitty. It's really fucking pixelated. But there's a roach right there. As you can see, my hunters are shooting these. It is very important that we are killing them because I'm demo shouting. People are demo shouting. These roach pulls, and then they pull shit over here, or they pull late, and then you have like a billion of these fuckers coming at you, and it is not ideal. So, please, hunters, if you can, shoot those little fucking rats right there. They're not ideal to keep up. So, then we just move through. Not a big deal. And we get up to here. This is Fenkris. He has a very large aggro radius. He's kind of like the bigger version of the other one in AQ20. Everybody comes up here. Yeah, whatever his name is, bro. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Come up here. You get drink. Got back up to full. Then we pull. Not a big deal. Usually we pull this pack behind us, grab rage, then we go in. For this boss, everybody needs to be stacked at the rear end of Fenkris. Everybody needs to be stacked. Hunters, you guys are fine. You guys can stand behind it. But everybody needs to be stacked here. Now, I believe I'm going to have Hib over here to the right side of Fenkris over here. And then Tim, you're going to stand like over here to the left side of Fenkris over here. So you're pretty much tanking the bubble and Ash jobs of risk. So he stood over here. And then the hunters stand back here, and then when ads spawn, you guys can shoot them. It's not a big deal. Like, hunters can still parse. The big thing is that we want these ads to come into the melee cleave. We don't want them being back here on healers and stuff. We need them to be in here in the stack so that we can just cleave them down really bad, like really easily. Pretty simple. Super easy boss. Not a big deal. If a worm spawns, we need to kill it ASAP. It is number one priority because if he reaches his target, he will one-shot your ass. So it is a full one-shot. So now we are not going to be doing this on Monday, but this is the example of Viscidus. So make sure you have your cold weapons, cold rage daggers, frost wands. This is where you need your EPR macros on hamstring. There is like zero reason to heroic strike or bloodthirst or anything of that nature. Hamstring is bis. You need to be absolutely spamming it. Hunters, you guys are doing wing clip. You guys should have your dual cold rage daggers as well. Rank 1 frostbolt, not any higher. There's no reason to be a higher rank than that. We will be paladin tanking this. Do not pull aggro. It will kill you very easily. Humans can also use battle stance for less damage. There's no reason to be in berserker stance.
Spell, if you have any questions about it in the future, we can help you with it, but you're literally you're spamming the fuck out of kings on warriors. You're targeting a warrior, target any, like turtle, and just spam kings for a bit.
You want to do it. Yeah, that's all it is. It's very simple. You can try it if you'd like to. You can try to get a little practice on like Oni on Monday, where when he's up in the air, this is a very common thing that a lot of hardcore guilds do, where they use a paladin tank for P3. So he'll sit around like 10-ish, and as she starts to come down, they'll spam the shit out of kings and gain threat. You can try it on Monday, see how you do if you'd like to get a little practice with it and seeing how much threat you actually generate. You don't need a lot of threat at all during this. Like, we don't generate threat for shit unless you're Jay fucking throwing like 20k healing right after a split. But as you can see, I mean, Bubbles 1.7k threat per global is what he's getting right now. As you can see, I mean, he's at 10k, everybody else is at 2k. When this poison volley goes out, you have to EPR. It is so important to EPR. Like, it is astronomically important. Now you can see he also randomly puts out a little AoE poison damage. If one spawns in the melee, you have to back up, so be ready for that. when the split happens, there will be globs in it splits up into a shitload of globs. Group 1, you're going straight north. Group 2, you're going northeast. Group 3, you're going east. Group 4, you're going southeast, etc. Around in a clockwise circle. We're all splitting up. You can switch to normal weapons if you'd like. Zug this shit down. They'll all meet in the middle. When they get to the middle, you are jump sappering. You must jump to gain extra range of your sapper. This is a perfect Viscidus kill. As you can see right here's the little poison cloud. As he's respawning, you need to be spamming kings before he even respawns. You should have plenty of mana. If you need to, ask for a innervate or whatever. We have a bear, so he can innervate the paladin if it's needed, but you shouldn't really need it. Priest prayer healing is amazing here. As you can tell, it's just straight AoE damage all the time. Prayer healing goes super hard here. We put priests in each raid group for that exact reason. If your group's taking a lot of damage, use it. It's super good. It's super worth it if like 2 or 3 people take damage in your group. Other than that, super simple. You have to be back to frost damage, and you can see all the stacks piling up. Pretty easy. Stay out of the poison clouds even afterwards. It does fucking hurt a lot. Okay. Then we'll be moving into moving over towards who adds. Now, I would love to. Now, these guys fucking hit like a truck. Keep that in mind if you're a DPS warrior walking in front of Star or doing any stupid shit. These guys hurt a lot, and one of the tanks need to be pulling them. I mean, like, it's completely random how hard they hit you, but sometimes I get chunked down to half from 10k, so they hit very hard.
There's a clip somewhere.
Yeah, there's a clip somewhere of a druid pulling them, so and he fucking ate the dirt, but...
Let me go find it real quick.
Make sure we are... You can pre-GNPP if you'd like to, but when we go into... I totally forgot about this, but like when we were going into Viscidus, we need to have a GNPP popped, and then you want to repop one because it alleviates a lot of damage from the healers and everybody, allowing everybody to take less damage. The biggest thing about Viscidus is it's a pretty long fight, pretty mana-intensive fight if my healers have to dispel and or cleanse that poison off of you. So that's where the EPRs come into play, of making it a lot cheaper and a lot less mana intensive. For these pools, I would love for a priest to scout these pools and get me a 1 or 0 Slayer pack. 1 or 0 Slayer AQ40 instance. Just makes our first clear a lot simpler. For these packs, we're going to be doing it exactly like AQ20. Pets are going to be off to the side here to the left. Everybody pixel stacks in the center. If we have a Slayer, I will be having a Hunter, probably Pip, pulling the Slayer to the right. The Slayer does the same shit that the Sartura ads do, where it absolutely launches everybody to Narnia, and it's completely random if they launch you or not. So we will be pet pulling. If we double pull, it is dangerous. We will be dropping a portal. But if everybody faps, so you want to keep your pot CD up for here. Don't listen to me being a dumbass and telling you to GNPP like somebody did and then they died. So that wasn't their fault. That was on me. And I take full responsibility on that one. But but these packs die very fast if everybody just zugs the shit out of the stingers. It is super important. Mages go fucking crazy, but you do not want to lip if you can help it. You want to save for FAP because a charge stinger... Now, we're not going to be doing it like this. This is how we used to do it, but we're going to have a Hunter over here, and he's going to be pulling the Lasher to me so that he doesn't just launch people, because he's done it to me several times before where he launches me as the Lasher, and then the Lasher runs into the fucking pack anyway, and it's super fucking cringe. But stay stacked. Me and one other tank will pull the Lasher over here to the side, making sure that he doesn't get into the raid group. If he starts running over here, you can drop a dummy. Dummies are amazing. That is why, as you can see, they do hurt. If the Stinger Paladins, you can also Blessing of Freedom Itchy as well. You can EPR the Itchy off, so you should be hitting your macros for EPR. There's no reason not to be. Yes, they're a little expensive, but not losing 3/4 of your HP to one charge is quite ideal. So if you're the puller, we should be doing nothing during this. Because if the puller double pulls and nobody's on the global threat table, he can feign and reset. Not a big deal at all. We prefer not to have a double pull because it's just unnecessary. What the fuck's the word? I was doing so well. Danger. Yeah. Yep. That was the hard fucking word. Crazy. As they come in, I mean, it's super simple. If it's just Stingers with the Wasps, that's not a big deal at all. The Slayers are the only thing that are really dangerous, but double pulls do get scary. FAP is the best solution to that. Don't be like tightening lip or something like fucking idiots.
Are
Anyway.
those the same packs that Collective had like 2 people die on like a week ago?
Yes. Correct. We've had 1 die on them. 2 when we double pulled one time. Our first ever double pull.
Yeah, we had that Petri out.
Yeah. Which that was skill issue, to be honest. We should have been fine. But
True.
I fucked up on that one. Which was also our learning curve, but I mean, there's like 3 Wasps and 1 Stinger. It's like, or there's 2 Stingers. I don't even fucking remember. There's only 1 Stinger. So, I mean, there's 40 of us. We can absolutely cleave the shit down out of Zug down a Stinger, and then they're not dangerous at all. Pretty simple. Super easy trash. As long as there's no Slayers launching you around to Narnia and or you don't double pull. Now for Hoo-Hoo, we will be pre-GNPPing, especially melee. There will be 2 people marked. It will be Trick, marked as Triangle. He will be on the left side. And Lonely will be marked Diamond on the right side. If you are an odd group, that's melee, you need to be with Triangle pixel stacked onto Triangle. If you are a even melee group, you need to be pixel stacked on Diamond. It is very important that you are pixel stacked and max melee range from the boss, and you guys are very well spread out on the back left and the back right of the boss so that we don't chain the sleep that happens. Now, healers, during this boss, he puts out like a Hoo-Hoo-Ron Stinger or some shit. I don't know the actual name of it, but it puts the melee to sleep. When you dispel it, it does about 3k to 4k damage. If it's early in the fight, it's not a big deal to dispel it. But if it's late into the fight and we're getting close to enrage phase, it is extremely dangerous to dispel it off of anybody other than me. Yeah, me. Yep. Just me. Just the main tank. Main tank needs to be dispelled immediately if he ever gets slept, because I need to be pumping threat, etc. Now, he randomly does poison bolt volleys, and usually it'll always hit the closest on the stack. As you can see, left side stacks over here. Left side looks a hell of a lot better than right side. I don't know what the hell right side's doing. But if you're a paladin or a dwarf priest, you want to be standing pretty close to the melee stacks. You want to be standing, like you can see, paladin here, Jay is standing here, dwarf priest, paladins are over here, dwarf priests are over here at about 45%, 40%, because Huhuron enrages at, is it 30 or is it 20?
I think it's 30. We would go
I
in.
think it's
about
at
40%
30.
is when we start going in.
Yeah. So 40. Run in. I call that a 35. Yeah, at 30% she goes berserk. If you're a paladin or a dwarf priest or any dwarf of that matter, you need to be popping stone form. If you're a paladin, you need to be hitting divine shield. You need to be directly underneath the boss, literally in her gooch. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up in there. Get up in there. And you need to be divine shielding.
Closer than the melee.
Yeah, closer than the melee. This is the important part of the melee being behind. You guys are soaking the enraged poison bolt volleys. It's such an important thing because it does 0 damage to you guys, but it does like 2k damage to any melee that it hits. So that's the idea behind it. It usually targets the closest people to you, and usually she'll just die instantly. So during that.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. It goes, if it was said, sorry, it goes both ways though. So like for the people soaking with the stone form or bubble, be right under and close. For melee, like max melee range,
Yeah.
as far away as you can get.
You guys want to
Try
be
on the very edge.
max melee range. Be ready to Petri. Be ready to re-GNPP. You want to re-GNPP first, and then if you sometimes you just get fucking unlucky. Like, I'm gonna be real. Sometimes you just get unlucky, and you are the sole targeter of the fucking poison bolt volleys. Just be ready to Petri. Be ready to GNPP. You should be able to re-GNPP during, like, right before enrage phase, and then you should be comfortable. The only other thing that's I'm not so sure how it's gonna pan out for me on Monday is that I am not nearly as tanky as I once was. When you guys are running in, because just about all my healers are going to be running in except for like a druid. I have like 2 druids and like 2 priests that aren't. So I will not have the tankiness to not shield wall. Hopefully I don't have to. Is my hope that I don't have to shield wall. But if I do, then we're just going to have to fucking deal with it or whatever. However it fucking works. Hopefully I don't have to shield wall so I can wreck Veil. But we won't be doing these yet, but I'm going to go over them because they're very easy to go over. These dogs are exactly like the AQ20 dogs, but if you put them on a scale of 1 to 10 of scariness, these are about a 10, and the AQ20 dogs are about a 2. So we will be dropping pre-ports. If we double pull this, it is an immediate portal. Like, there is no if, ands, questions, or buts about it. Meteors will instantly kill you if you're not in the range stack. So instead of, like, in AQ20, we all stack in one thing. But in AQ40, we can't do that because the Thunderclap, as you can tell, does so much AoE damage that the range, like, the healers would not be able to heal at all if the range were also in the melee stack. So normally I'll have 2 paladins in the melee stack so that they never have to move. But if it's Shadow Storm, ranged must run in to the range to the melee stack at the same time, because it can be Shadow Storm and Meteor at the same time. And if it is, and you're caught lacking, or you're too early in comparison to everybody else, and a Meteor lands on your ass, you're fucking dead, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. So, and you can't even Petri it because it's already in the fuck. You're dead before it even shows up on your screen that you're dead. So, the most important thing is not double pulling these and being reactive and paying attention. I won't call the Shadow Storm early. I will wait until it does it actually in our face, because he like puts his hand down and does shit, and sometimes I'm not 100% sure if it's Shadow Storm, but I'll be like, okay, get ready, I believe it's Shadow Storm. Like, If I see an actual Shadow Storm come out of his fucking hands, I'll 100% be like, it's Shadow Storm, move in, you know. Like here it's Thunderclap and Meteor. It's a lot of healing. Prayer healings go pretty hard here. Renews, Power Word Shields, anything of that nature. I will have 1 to 2 tanks usually sitting in the range stack to pick up any of these warriors that run an explosion. Everybody runs out. From what I know, the range stack is as far as you have to go. You can go a little bit farther, but you don't really have to run any farther than the range stack. But better safe than sorry. If you have a GFPP popped, the explosion will not kill you depending on your HP pool, but don't test it out. Other than that, super easy, not hard. Make sure we're detect magicking right off the rip. Don't kill yourself with reflex, any of that nature. If it's plague, you guys, it's a bigger range than AQ20 plague. Like you can't just move to well, I can if I'm tanking it. If I'm tanking it, I can just turn it around and we're fine. But plague hits like a truck. We had it already where we pulled one and one person with plague didn't move out and we lost 6. It is super important that you move out. Keep it, like, make it your own thing to check your debuffs, etc. If you have plague and you see a fuck ton of yellow numbers around your ass, you're in the wrong. You're damaging your team. It's the same as like Whirlwind with the triples and BWL. You need to move off to the side, and you can go to either side. I don't really care, but make sure you go all the way to the sidewall, and then if another person gets it, just move up next to them. Like, don't get on top of them, but keep a good distance between them and you. If you're a melee and it's Thunderclap and Plague, which does happen, try to get out of the Thunderclap range, which is where the range stack is. So if you move back and move like way the fuck out, and then you don't get hit, you're not getting hit by Thunderclap and the and then if it's Explosion, just run in a straight line back along the wall. Yeah, as you can see, he resisted that one. Lucky motherfucker. But Priest, keep in mind, somebody could DC or something like that. So try to look back like Jay did and get a Power Word Shield on him. If something like that did happen, it could save somebody's life. So bop is completely irrelevant. Don't waste your bop on him. But
Can it be Plague and Shadow Storm?
yes. Okay.
Yes, I
Yes,
actually just posted the video.
it can.
where
It's
both.
Plague. It was Plague plus Shadow Storm, and that's when we fucked up
Yeah.
because I was calling for everybody to
Yeah.
move in, and then a Plague went out. But if it's
That's fair.
Plague plus Shadow Storm, you do not want to be. You don't want to move too far out because then you get hit by Shadow Storm, and Shadow Storm hurts a lot. So you want to keep it. You want to stay. You want to just kind of make a circle around the mob, so that you're still in melee range, but you're not hitting your teammates, is the ideal spot. Okay? I believe that is pretty much everything. Covered all the defenders. I think that's literally everything, but
I think one thing you may have missed was on Sartura, when she's spinning around, she cannot be crowd controlled. So don't try and be in hero and kidney shot or
Correct.
run in hog.
yeah.
She will ignore it and she will cleave your ass down.
Yeah. If I fuck it up and I don't get the call correctly right before her second spin, then just get out. It's not worth it. It fucking hurts. So
I want to add one other thing from a healing perspective. Like when we were in Risk, we didn't have set healing assignments until this raid. This raid made us
Correct.
think, okay, we need people assigned to certain things. Because there are some spots where there's just gonna be a lot of damage. Like Visitus is probably the biggest one. There's
Visitus,
a lot of healing on Visitus.
these
Who on Andy, you can have
dogs.
them spurred at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dogs for sure.
And
So just
like moving into Twin Emps and moving into post Twin Emps is when we really start hitting that wall of your healer's got to be on your shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, point being, you can get away with in earlier raids, kind of just like freelancing, healing, whatever. Follow your assignments here. Follow your shit. It's gonna be a lot of healing.
it's very important. As you can see on this pull alone, I mean, he's pulling fucking like there was almost 100k healing done in what fucking
Not that
was
much
it
time.
that pull?
Yeah, that was just that pull.
Yeah, just this one pull, with the plague. I mean, we're hitting 6, 7, 800 healing per second in the first like 10 seconds of a fight. Like it gets super serious. Make sure you have predictive healing. Make sure you have like Jay's like he tracks everything. Tracking renews. You don't want to waste your GCD on a renew that somebody already has. Like it already is on them. You don't want to try to overwrite somebody else's renew. You're just wasting mana. Like it's just the name of the game of keeping everybody alive, not just your parse. So
is Eisen in the call right here, or is he
not? Eisen? No.
Okay, he's not. I think he's still supposed to be the holy priest. I think everyone else is PI, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe,
which means
I don't know.
He's gonna be throwing renews on tanks like the entire time.
Mostly
Really
the tanks, correct?
That. Yeah.
Now, if there's not one on him, fucking make sure it's on him. But like, try to. We know who's taking a lot of damage. If you're a healer, you know who's ripping aggro. You know who's hitting shit. Pre-power would shield them. Pre-fucking renew them. Like you guys know. We've been in enough raids together now that everybody knows. Ice is gonna walk in and fucking insta AE. We all know it's gonna happen. We're gonna fucking Val's gonna rip threat on something eventually. Fucking Llama's Lover's gonna rip threat on something eventually. Fucking like TBC Logger's gonna do it. Everybody's gonna do it. So just preemptive. The name of healing in these late game raids is predictive healing. It is pretty much what it is. It's hard to be a reactive healer anymore, except for a lay on hands or a bop or an NS. It's like you need to be precasting heals, etc. It's how it is. That's the name of the game. But have a threat meter. Like Jay has it tracked who has threat. I don't know how. Like whoever has threat has the little red top left red dot. Like it's important. It is very important to know who has threat, who's getting hit, anything of that nature. As you can see, like he's seen that fucking red dot, bro. He instantly went to that bitch. Like
that's really helpful.
It's instant. Like I do the same. This is all grid 2. I have everything tracked the exact same way he does. If anybody wants it, just let me know. I mean, I have mine set up for salve for warriors, so if you have salve, it's a green box. And if it's aggroed, it's a red box around them. He uses like full mouse over macros for healing and all of that nature. So if you have any questions, he's more than happy to help you. I can help you with any DPS questions, kind of, or I'll direct you to Mean or whoever is adequate. I know mages, you guys are going fire, and be ready to Petri. Fjord tested it out on a car. You gotta be ready to Petri. So, any questions?
Turtle.
What's up?
When we killed it the very first time with Risk, the very first few times, you had me sitting on. I forgot the bug's name. 1 second. On the trio.
Yes, Yaush.
What's his name? On Yaush. Am I still doing that?
Yes. Kick the heels. Pretty much all the rogues can pretty much go to them. Go to him. The only thing that sucks is I know. Well, I mean, you parse on him. What's the problem?
You can't. It doesn't count.
Why not?
It doesn't count the damage on the boss that gets healed.
He doesn't heal it.
When they, how they heal to full, when you kill one of the trio.
They heal to full?
They heal to full.
Haven't noticed.
None of the damage counts that gets healed on the Parsis.
Well,
it doesn't matter. sad.
Maybe
It's
you
just
rogues
sad
can
fucking
rotate
gray
or
bars.
something. Maybe you rogues can rotate every week to a different boss. Okay, like
And then
maybe you
want
and Procto.
two of us on
Maybe
there
you
at
and
the same time.
Procto can swap around. You know, just.
And then you want two of us on there because otherwise there's a kick. Unless you can't get a kick, I guess that's fine.
He can't really.
Yeah, then we need two.
Yeah.
Because I think she does it more than once every 10 seconds.
Probably.
And we can't
but
gouge or anything else.
hopefully. Which it's not the end of the world. She gets one heal off. It's really not a big deal. But
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. I was just asking.
Yeah.
Sure. Because you didn't
But
mention
yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll definitely have the rogues on something. So. Okay. Any questions? Anybody else? I'm always.
Anybody be carrying spare Petries?
I can. I usually do. Once we start going into AQ40 and
You can carry a
Nax,
stack of 5.
I usually carry plenty.
Even bad raids, you're not using 5.
Please do not come in with only one Petri.
Yeah, please
I have
don't.
2. I'm just saying, like, if I have to Petri and then like.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, normally I'll have
as a
them.
minimum.
Yeah, I bring 3 in.
3 is a good number.
Yep.
Yeah, I would
Especially
love
as a
to-
mage.
I would love to be
Yep.
able to afford 5.
Yeah, especially as a mage, like you guys go through them like candy. Sometimes you guys never fucking lick them for fucking 3 weeks, and then the next week you guys fucking use one on every boss. So it's the name of the game is hitting it before you rip through it. So, and then I'll do another meeting when we plan on doing Twin M's, and anything past that. Twin M's is a very easy fight. It is a tank and healer check, including the Twin M tanks, which I believe I have full faith in both of our Twin M tanks to be completely fine. Mages, you guys just have to be careful of your threat on Twin M's, and healers, you just guys, it takes quite a bit of healing, to be fair. So it's a long fight. It is like 5-6 minute fight. So got a mana pot early, demonic rune early. All of that, and not hurt yourself on things that are avoidable damage in there. So, if you have any questions, anything at all, just shoot me a message. I usually respond whenever. So,
Sounds good.
most important things are EPR macros for this raid. And you will be using them in Nax and shit too. So.
Got it.
You got more Petries?
I have a few. Okay. Good chat. If anybody